Kick things off with the robbery that happened this morning. This was a little after 1 a.m. It was at the Get and Go at 12th Street and West Avenue. We had a guy that entered with a shotgun, pointed it at the clerk, wanted cash. The clerk gave him the cash, and then the man left. No injuries. The clerk was the only other person inside at the time. The suspect, either Native American or Hispanic man, around 5 foot 10 inches tall. He did have a mask on. They do have some surveillance videos, so we'll be making sure to get that sent out. There is some features that hopefully somebody should be able to identify from him. So undisclosed amount of cash. The investigation obviously is still ongoing. So any questions on that? Okay.
So he had a shotgun?
He had a shotgun, yeah. A little unusual. Is that what you're getting at?
No.
Yeah, I mean, most of the weapons, if somebody has a firearm, it's more than likely some type of handgun. Sometimes even a BB gun is what we've seen. But shotguns, any type of long gun is a little unusual for to be used during a robbery. But I don't know if I've seen that before, but it wouldn't surprise me if we have. The aggravated assaults, the first one that was at an apartment building. This is in the 8100 block of West Lobelei. That was about 3:15 this morning. We had somebody, we believe there was a car that was in the parking lot that fired at least 5 shots at an apartment. The window was on the second floor. There was a person that was sleeping in the room that was nearly hit, so thankfully there was no injuries with that. We don't have much for a description of that vehicle. Somebody heard a vehicle peeling out and driving away after the gunshots, but at this point, no suspects. We've got a few other. That was the 8100 block of West Lobelei, Lobelia Street, and I think that's way west. Let me see if this gives me a better idea. The cross street, it says Lobelei and Purdue. So I think that's like way west of Sertoma, I believe. Let's see, we've got a couple of domestics. 2 of them were strangulation cases. Another was somebody stabbed with the scissors, but no serious injuries from that. And we did have a call about a fight near 4th and Cliff. We had a group of people that were hanging outside. A guy walked up and there was some words and somebody got punched, and then the suspect ended up pulling out a box cutter. He ended up walking away just as officers got there, but they found him. He was arrested for the aggravated assault charges, but no serious injuries from that.
Can you know his name?
Yep. His last name is Bryant, Bryant. First is Lee, Lee. Middle is Charles, Charles, and he is 30, and I'll list him as a transient from Sioux Falls. The disorderly conducts, we had a warrant, trespassing. We did have a report of a guy that was yelling downtown, but no arrest or no charges with that.
Did you find him, or?
The guy that was yelling?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was, I think there was a few people that recorded it, but he was yelling some racial slurs and some, I guess, I don't know how to say it, but things that he wasn't a fan of gay people. I guess that's maybe the best way to say that. But he wasn't doing anything. Apparently somebody threw some water on him, but we don't have any charges with that. I mean, it's what he's doing really falls under free speech, so there's really no laws that are broken. Obviously, he was trying to probably incite people and get a reaction out of them, but I mean, there's really not a whole lot we can do in a situation like that. He was in a public area where he legally can be, and he was exercising his right. It's just,
Do you have any advice for people who are downtown? Because I know it caused obviously some attention. What should they do? Should they just ignore him, cut the fees right away?
yeah, I mean, that's kind of a tough thing of what to do in a situation like that, because the things he was saying they weren't pleasant to hear. And I saw part of one of the videos, and so I heard all of that stuff too. So I think what he's trying to do is get some type of reaction out of people, and the best thing you can do is ignore him. If he's causing a scene, you can always call police. There's probably not a whole lot of things that we're able to do in a situation like that, but sometimes having the officers come and talk to people is enough to maybe persuade them to, go somewhere else. But I think this particular gentleman, I think he knows his rights, and I think he was doing that just to push buttons and get people stirred up. And there were some people that got pretty heated from that, and they were upset by what he was saying. So, thankfully it didn't come to the point. I guess, I don't know, I'm not going to think too much of what his thought process is, but the best thing people can do is ignore him. There's people out there that are going to say things just to get people going and just to try to spark a reaction. And so not falling into that trap is the best thing to do. And this particular guy, I think we've had problems in the past where similar incidents where he's been downtown and done things close to this before. So this isn't the first time he's done that.
Yeah, that was going to be my last question was, has he ever, I know people were saying this has happened before, has he ever been arrested for this?
No, I don't recall that he ever has been arrested, because what he's doing falls under free speech. People can say what they want to say. They don't have to be something that everybody agrees with, and it's unfortunate that he's choosing to say those words out in public, but that's his right. And so as long as he's not crossing the line, as long as there's no assaulting that's happening or no threatening that's happening, that's when we would become involved. But if it's just yelling stuff and trying to cause a scene, there's really no laws against that per se.
What was the location of this incident?
This was near 10th and Phillips. I think it was between 10th and 11th on Phillips. And that was about 5:30 last night. Excuse me. Okay, so, sorry, do you have anything else on that, Jenna? Okay. The family offense, that was a report. The frauds were both ID thefts. Larcenies, nothing big from those. A few shopliftings, cell phones, wallets, unlocked cars. The narcotics had some marijuana and meth. The rapes are both reports. The robbery recovered. The sex offenses ended up all being reports. The simple assault was a domestic. Nothing suspicious from the unattended death. And the vandalisms, we had some graffiti, a few houses that were damaged, some tires on a car, but nothing serious. Anything else? Okay, thank you.